Okay, today I want to go ahead and show you how to loop up a T1 interface on an ONT. It's an Entrisphere 151. First thing you have to do is you have to go up to your file in the CLI console, and you have to be highlighted on the which either the COT or which BLM that you want to be on. So in this case, it's going to be our Patterson COT. The ONT that we're messing with is going to be 14.2 and 11. So if you navigate to 14.2, double click on port 2, and it's going to be ONT number 11, and you can edit this guy. Now if you go over to Uniports on that ONT and navigate to, let's say, the first T1, that's what we're going to mess with. So you see loopback both ATM and CES, so it's got a loop on it already. So what we want to do in our terminal, you want to log in, admin, right, and then password you should know. The you want to do config to get into the config mode. Once you're in the config, you want to do ONT, and then you want to do the ONT that you want to look at for that interface. DS151 and that's DS151. After you do that, hit enter. Now you're at that ONT, so you want to say loop none, and then that should take this loop here and say loop none. You gotta refresh it a couple of times. So now there's no loop back. So if the customer wants a loop, AT&T or somebody, whoever, you can do loop, and then if you do a question mark, it tells you what you could do. So ATM, just do both, loops it in both direction at that interface. Now the ONT is the only interface to loop by the command here. All the other cards, the D1R card, you can loop that, just a software loop in the GUI. This is the only one that you would have to loop via the command here. So you have to basically go into the ONT to that interface to config, so because we're going to configure that interface. So anyways, that's basically what we do. If you wanted to do the second interface, because there's two T1s on that ONT, you would have to do 1-5-2, and then that would enter the second T1 of that ONT. So anyways, so here it is, loop. It's got a loop on it. Both is ATM and CES. So loop none to drop the loop, and you'll see this loop go away. So it's pretty easy to do, but if you don't do it all the time, you're gonna forget. So anyways, that's how it's done.